I know it. Hey, how you?
Hi, everyone. This is so good to see everybody. Wow. I know it's warm in here, so we can take our sweaters off. I'm Lynne Haeseler, and it's a joy always to be in the Friends Home West. And I think of as I was coming down the hallway, I couldn't help but think about my father. He was a big card player here, and I had such a privilege of being with him in his final days here. It was just wonderful, 2019. So what am I doing now is that I retired, yeah? You can't hear? Is this better? Okay, you got that? Into the mic. Thank you for letting me know. So a quick story about me, if I'm new to some of you all, but I came from Phoenix, Arizona. I have a doctorate degree in music from the University of Arizona, and I went on to be the staff pianist for Ballet Arizona for 30 years, and it was a lot of fun. And then I taught, and I was a music director of churches, and I did performances all over Phoenix, and played for numerous senior residences there. And then when my father became ill, I decided to come back to be with him. So that was 2019. And since then, I've been playing for the dance department at UNCG, but I just retired from dance accompanying last May, and I'm happy about that. Now the ballet, the teacher and I, we get along so well, and he was ready to retire too, so now we just have breakfast once a week. It's great to see him. And now I'm teaching piano at the Greensboro Performing Arts. They have a lovely campus. Good to see you up at Summerfield. And I brought some of my students to celebrate the Halloween. They have some Halloween pieces for you. So it's not all going to be spooky. Just want you to know it's all going to be fun too. And then after they play, then I'll play some of my pieces too. So why don't we just start our program? Are we ready? Oh, okay, good.
Summerfield Elementary. The two pieces I just played were Phantom of the Keys and Energica.
10 years old.
Hello everyone, my name is Gabrielle Council. Hello everyone, my name is Gabrielle Council. I'm 10 years old and I go to Oak Ridge Elementary. And the two pieces I will be playing for you today are Charlie Brown, the theme song, and Be My Guest.
My name is Prithika Srinivasan. I'm 11 years old. I go to Cornerstone Charter, and I'll be playing a duet with Gabrielle of Be My Guest. Hi, I'm Sachi Kaur. I'm 13 years old. I go to Northern Middle, and I'm going to be playing you the Talkatina.
My name is Ariel Anyeth. I'm 13 years old and I go to North Carolina Leadership Academy. And the song that I will be playing for you guys today is Autumn Breeze.
I just want to say that I was once their age, and I once played their pieces too. So, congratulations. Give them one more applause and they can join their parents.
Screaming some of that.
Oh, she's here. She made it. Okay. Your job.
Oh, did I steal your dog?
That's okay. You made it. Okay, I was just about to start. Okay, so I put together some pieces that I felt had the qualities of the spirit of Halloween, and to give you the image that I imagined this piece would go with. We have a slideshow, and you can see if you feel the same way. The harvest moon.
harvest moon fills the sky. A wicked witch goes flying by. Ghosts and goblins, skeletons too, moaning and groaning, waiting for you. Black cats prowl the graveyard's plot. Witches cook in cauldrons' pots. Cemetery ghouls roam the ground. Not one unopened grave is found. Tombstones are an eerie sight. Shadows dance in full moonlight. The haunted house on the hill, walk in there and you get a chill. Jack-o'-lantern's eyes so bright, trick-or-treaters scream in fright. It's a time like you've never seen. Tonight's the night of Halloween.
Now, for you to get the feel of everything, I'd like to treat the next section all the way through. And when I go like this, we're done. Now, I'm not the only one that came up with the idea of holistic playing. Hold on a second. Hold on. This is how it was back then in the 1900s. The final piece I'm going to play for you was written in 1858. And I always think it's amazing. It was written by this man here, Franz Liszt. Franz Liszt was born in 1811, and he was one of the greatest pianists ever to be on the earth. He studied with Carl Czerny, and Carl Czerny was responsible, he was in Vienna, and he was responsible for over 3,000 exercises. If you want to go to a music store, you see volumes of exercises. And some of my students are learning Czerny. Actually, I think Gabrielle just learned her first Carl Czerny piece. So that is what he did. He taught, and he taught Beethoven's nephew. So some of people of the musical world think that maybe Beethoven influenced Carl Czerny a little bit, and then Franz Liszt studied with Carl Czerny. So some of the spirit and when Beethoven came on the scene, he was so tempestuous, his personality, that he broke strings when he played his chords because he would use his arm, and they had to build an iron frame for the piano because he kept breaking the strings, because the iron frame came in 1828, the year that he died. So the whole evolution of the piano was to accommodate these big players. So Franz Liszt was a big player, and he toured back then. He toured to Switzerland, Russia, everywhere. And his best friend was Chopin, who I just played, and they knew each other. So it was a very rich constellation of composers. And halfway through his life, he became a teacher, and not so much a performer. And many Americans went to Paris to study with Franz Liszt. And then they came back to America, and then they taught me, my teacher who taught me. So in a way, I come from the Franz Liszt school of piano playing. It's fun to study all this. Now, he was a very smart person, an innovative person, and he took the idea of Beethoven. It was Beethoven's idea that would melt all the movements together. And in fact, after a first movement of his sonata, he would write, attack the next one without stopping. And so that was revolutionary. You don't do that. You finish your piece. And then you go on to the slow movement. And then you go on to the third movement, which was really kind of fast and lively. Well, Beethoven, towards the end of his life, his late sonatas were very pioneering, probably because he couldn't hear. And he left the world in the way, and he just wrote from his internal experience. And so he came up with some original ideas, which Franz Liszt incorporated and Chopin incorporated, and they liked the idea of whole pieces, not just that, within the whole piece you'll have all different tempos. You have fast, you have slow, you have fast again. But what intrigued the Romantic players was a storyline. And one of the most popular stories of that century was the story of Faust. And some operas, there's even an opera of Faust that tells the story. And the story goes that there's an old man, and he wants to be young again. So the devil appears to him, and he says, they bargain, I'll make you young again, but you have to give me your soul. And so he doesn't think a bit about it, says, sure, I think that's a great idea. So here is Franz Liszt depicting the intrigue of the dance of the devil appearing. That's the devil. That's the theme of the devil. And then, this is the bargain music. He's enticing the older man, hey, I'm here and I'll make a bargain with you. And so they talk about it, and there's some swirling, and then you keep hearing that theme again. And there's more swirling, and then finally they agree. And the devil puts on his magic. Oh, he looks just like George Clooney. And so he goes to a ball. He's transformed. And what's really interesting is that theme is transformed too. And that was one of the most revolutionary ideas, is to transform themes to match the story. He meets Marguerite. Hello. And he invites her to dance. Well, he falls in love. And they kind of disappear into each other's eyes. In the meantime, the devil is laughing in the background. And so Marguerite and Faust, they are still falling in love. Franz Liszt says here, dolce amoroso con grazia, with great rubato, with great passion, great love. And the devil. And then more passion. Franz Liszt was a great showman. And you can imagine the people hearing this music for the very first time in 1858. Women would pick up his cigars from the stage and take them home with them. So anyway, okay, the devil says, remember that bargain? Well, I'm here to get you. Faust says, no, not now. And then there's a big struggle between the two of them. And you'll find out who wins at the end. This is where I get a glass of water. I always love playing this piece because my teacher played it at his New York debut in 1954, and I have a recording of him playing it. And, you know, it just gives me great joy to know that he passed it on to me. That was their TV back then. You know, that's how they entertain themselves. And what a master, right? What great writing, so much intelligence involved, and so much dexterity. That's the program, that's it. So I wish you all a happy Halloween. Do you have any questions? I'm open to any questions. No?
Who won?
For what?
Who won?
Who won? Oh, well, the devil did. You know, it's in the moral of the story. Don't sell your soul.